why do we need analytics, first of all? You know, there was business which was anyway happening. And now all of a sudden, in last 5-6 years, right, in the Indian diaspora or Indian business scape, everybody started talking about analytics. There are a huge number of firms which have mushroomed on analytics. Why is the reason? Now, again, from a business perspective, I think the reason is the consumer and his habits. So from what has changed with this consumer? Now this consumer earlier, let's talk about 90s. You know, these consumers were flocking onto shops, you know, giving cash, taking goods and going away. The only analytics that was possible was shopkeeper's head. Do I know these consumers? Next time he has not turned up for his monthly groceries, should I call them? That's all. So the analytics was restricted to the data which the shopkeeper had in his head. Now, the consumer has adapted, or the consumer has given the businesses the liberty to track him by giving him the data. The habits have changed from the consumer. The consumer is now on an e-commerce platform. He is giving away his IP to you for him to track. He is giving you the right to drop cookies. He is giving you the right to understand what clicks he is doing, where he is doing, and then coming on to your landing pages, and then, you know, at every level he is giving you some information or the other. Which means because the enablement the consumer has given, we have so much of data with us now. Now, because the businesses across the board have so much of data at this point of time, we have to do something about it. I think that's where analytics started becoming a key player in analyzing the data. Now, in the Indian perspective also, you know, there is a misconception of data reporting and analytics. I think that has to be, you know, there has to be a clear line drawn between what is a management information system and what is analytics. I think analytics starts where management information system ends, right? That's where the role of analytics is. So as we were discussing, there are reports that come to you on a daily basis which lose their meaning. That is MIS. But insights into your consumer behavior, insights into the way your marketing spends are happening is analytics. After analyzing the data, the end product which you have got, you know, is real analytics, right? So firms have to move away from just doing data crunching and moving to the real analyzing the data and coming out with the insights, right? You know, the data has kept on increasing, right from when we talk about customer targeting. Okay, so customer targeting, according to me, would mean that we start off from acquiring the consumer, right? That customer acquisition is customer targeting. Selling something to the consumer is customer targeting. Servicing the consumer is customer targeting. And the fourth and the newer one is your social feedback and the social behavior of the consumer on various forums is also customer targeting, right? So if you are looking at consumer targeting, these are the four aspects which we need to look at in totality to come up with any use of analytics for these four segments is where you will draw out your total strategy of customer targeting, right? So, you know, a few data points like in terms of acquisitions, you know, we know eBay of the world, right? eBay is the second largest retailer, and eBay crunches on a daily basis, you know, about 170 million keywords every day so that their Google AdWords campaign and Bing AdWords campaign can be optimized, so that their search results and the money spent that they are going to do on acquiring consumers could be optimized. So that's where analytics is playing a very key role in terms of analyzing the huge amount of data only for acquiring consumers, only to manage your spends on acquiring tool like Google or other search engines, right? So that's why, you know, how are you going to manage this? So the management happens through analytics. This is not MIS, but this is analytics. We have moved away from reporting. We are coming up with a concrete data. So the analytics unit at eBay every day churns out 170 million keywords and gives where and what needs to be and what should be the bid amount for all these keywords every day. So that's how analytics is going to become critical in all the organizations where you are spending money on acquiring consumers. Because come to think of it, if we are just looking at a Google AdWords campaign, anything can go wrong if you have not set the right budget. You are paying by the click, right? So it is very important to have a mechanism running which is controlling, which is over and above the human intervention. It has to go beyond. So it has to run on engines if you are spending so much, right? Now, again, looking at servicing the consumers. I'll go back again to the eBay example. How the data is increasing and thereby the need of analytics. eBay, on an average, keeps their consumer data for 10 quarters. And what is this consumer data? This consumer data, eBay has about 100 million users. eBay has about 300 million items to be sold. 100 million consumers, 300 million items to be sold. Data for every consumer going to all the pages is stored with eBay. And the time that we are looking at is 10 quarters, right? So that is the kind of information that eBay is storing with themselves. So storing is one part. Now come to think of it, how are they going to analyze this information and come out with results which, as a matter of fact, eBay is able to target the consumers based on what have you searched a year back also, right? And eBay has, in itself, developed the science of targeting not only the guys who are your registered base, but also the guys who are casually surfing on the website. So that's the kind of data which is getting built. How are you going to, really mobilize the things on that database? The answer has to be analytics. And analytics which we are talking about is analytical engines. Like eBay's and the Googles of the world have created server farms. Here we are talking about analytical engines which are running the show on a daily basis. Right? So that's about servicing the consumer when we talk about customer targeting.